Hey, welcome back. Welcome back to the Chammy, the only channel on YouTube where you can get a mostly professional tarot card reading. From a haunted house and a creepy graveyard. Tonight's special is the buy one get one free. That means every reading that you purchase is buy one get one free. You can get the $6 reading, you can get the 11/11 love reading, you can get the $20 past, present, future, or the $30 general reading. Every reading is buy one get one free. If you can't do the free reading after your paid reading, we can always schedule it for another time. You can come by another live and cash it in. Hey Molly, welcome back. Welcome back to the haunted house. How's your day been? Hope you enjoyed your dinner with Mom. Yeah, I know how miserable that can make somebody feel. I hope you feel better soon. I did a couple of tarot readings last night at that birthday party, and I was surprised to see like the cutest guy ever bought a tarot card reading. So we just did a reading like about the changes that he's going through in regards to life in general and going back to school, and I don't know, maybe he said he was like a second or third year in like some community college, or wherever he lived, in some other place far away. Yeah, I love doing tarot card readings for guys. It's rare. Let me see what you said here. Oh yeah, about the pain, there's just nothing else you can do for it. Would be surprised if your orthopedist tells you you need surgery Wednesday. Well, let's not be looking forward to surgery on Wednesday. Let's be looking forward to going back to work and you overcoming this. Again, you've done it before, you'll do it again. I know you will. Can't hurt to always also get a second opinion. On surgery, I think. They say something to that effect. So I found this apple pie recipe from like the 1400s. Apple pie recipe from like the 500 years ago. And definitely gonna try to make it. Hey Metal Rain, welcome back to the channel. How are you tonight? I wasn't talking about ankle doctors. I was more or less just suggesting, you know, getting a second opinion on surgery. I mean, I guess you're suggesting that quite possibly only an ankle doctor would do the ankle surgery. I don't think even you know at this point. I think a surgeon in general, whether they do colon cancer or breast lifts, I would be happy to give you a second opinion, other than whatever the doctors give you on the 30th. I mean, you did say you were going to go to a plastic surgeon, so I guess that'll be somewhat of a second opinion outside of the norm. What if they're not up for it? I think it's been pretty drastic already. You see a rocket launched into the sky. What do you mean, metal ring? You got laundry you're still doing and you just saw a rocket launch into the sky? Wow. Spirit, what do we need to know about this rocket launched into the sky that metal ring just saw? I'm calling forth our most trusted and strongest spirit guides in regards to that. What do we need to know about rocket being launched? You videotaped it on your phone. The Divine Mother. I want to see it. Oh my God, that's crazy. What would SpaceX have to do with rockets being launched? I mean, is that what? I mean, is this just how it is now? They don't tell you if there's going to be like rocket paraphernalia hanging out over your house at any given time now? Or you're just supposed to like expect it? Probably bad for the environment. It was a really strange thing to witness. Doesn't this kind of like give you the vibe that Mother Nature is watching, and all the supernatural and hypernatural beings with it, kind of just holding their breath, just waiting to see what happens next. It's just bonkers. It looks like a chemtrail. Oh, there's the palm tree. Crazy. Thanks for sharing. It's absolutely bonkers. It almost looks like a hologram of a snake picture or something. It's weird. The up close. The up closeness was very surreal, for sure. Those are some interesting looking flats, by the way. No ring. Is that like the only palm tree in the complex? I thought I would see more, but I was surprised there was only like, I only saw the head of one. Yeah, it's a pretty interesting video for sure. It looks like an anaconda or something, or like an alien snake in the sky, a hologram of it. I know that sounds a bit weird, but now that you have your headphones on, I was just saying that it looks like a hologram of a snake or like an alien snake to me. It's very strange. But also it looked like a chemtrail. Like I really wouldn't, I mean, I guess I expected something else. Instead of, I mean, seeing the smoke. The video that you took of the close-up of it going through the atmosphere really gave it its own interesting shape and vibe. Dragon rockets, Molly. I have to look that up. Looks like a comet, but it isn't. to either one of you want to go to outer space. I'm just curious. I mean, we can get pretty close to the telescope, right? No, I have not. Oh, that would be pretty cool to listen to. Hey Meryl, welcome back to the channel. I don't really know if I would want to go to outer space. I think I'm digging more like finding time and space in my life to just spend time with the telescope and doing astrophotography and learning as much as I can about it. I would really love to film the Milky Way someday, which can be, I hear, incredibly difficult to do if you're not in the right location. I think there's only about 1% left on Earth where you can actually get little to no light because there's pretty much artificial light everywhere now. We probably randomly live between 4 and 5 zone where everything is always lit up, even if it's night. But I don't know if I'd actually want to go to outer space. Me personally, I'm just not sure. Like, I want to see it, I want to photograph it, I want to learn about it. Hey Omar, welcome back to the channel. You want to go to where it's dark all the time. Don't they have places that are dark all the time 6 months out of the year? Isn't Alaska like that? That's another thing I'd like to see is Aurora Borealis. I know there was a couple of times you could see it here in the south. More recently, over the last couple of years, some kind of strange phenomena about how the planets and everything was aligned. I have to go back and read it. I can't remember why we could see it here in the south, but I did need a special lens for that. But I think it might have been too bright where I'm at. So yeah. I do have various pictures of different phases of the moon, solar eclipses, lunar eclipses. Maybe I'll make y'all a video of that particular catalog of work. But yeah, one of my biggest goals is to Definitely take more pictures of the stars. And I don't mean like celebrities, I mean like our sky, and I do want to see Aurora Borealis someday. I think that would be cool. North Pole. I think it's so interesting how early the sun sets. The more north you go in the winter and fall. I was pretty surprised that growing up in Boston, the sun would set so early in the day after the fall equinox. The light in California is also very different than out here on the East Coast. Okay, dear. Go take care of your laundry. Thanks for the update about Luke Perry's son. That was pretty interesting. Appreciate you sharing that. Okay, take your time, Metal Rain. It does feel like fall there, Molly. That's nice to know. Yeah, you guys deserve all the cool air and cool breezes you can get. I can't imagine how miserable it's been in a place like Texas, considering it obviously probably always feels like summer out there. Though I think y'all get a little bit cooler weather than, say, the west coast of Florida, central west coast of Florida and south of that. It's pretty hot out there. It's because of the earth tilt. And people want to believe the earth is flat. That always gives me a good giggle. The flat earthers. You hope it snows. Remember that year it did snow? Wasn't that awesome when it snowed? And I think that was also, that was like 2022, wasn't it? It was like the year that you got your job at, or started, I think you started doing the work to be in aviation. You need to find an actual jacket. Yeah, I would definitely head over to maybe go over to eBay and see if they have any spirit hoods. Excuse me. Yeah, recruited by United in 2021. Yes, I was going to tell you, I did a couple of readings at that party last night. It was a lot of fun. I met some new people. And the one part I was trying to tell you earlier, Molly, that I was impressed with was the guy who got the tarot card reading. He had the first 5 major arcana tarot cards tattooed on his arm, and he was like telling me the story about his tattoo. I just thought that was super cool. To do a reading for somebody who knows tarot. I love always doing those kind of readings for other tarot readers, or those who are into tarot as well. Not everybody has a tarot deck. Molly, I need to get you a tarot deck. Everybody should have one. No, it was a party I was invited to by a friend to do tarot card readings at her party last night. It was a 1920s themed birthday party. Like, they had the moon, the moon photos and everything. It was really, really cool. Everybody was dressed up 1920s. I hope she'll have another one. I mean, it was a birthday party, but I mean, I hope she'll have another party that maybe she can hire me again, or maybe somebody that she knows will have a party and hire me. So I'm going to do the collective love message here in the not too distant future. So subconsciously, your subconscious is telling you that you're just comfortable with that kind of thing in your dream, and that you feel others should be comfortable maybe with it too. Probably depends on who you're around when you're having that dream. Your subconscious will tell you everything you need to know, honestly. so cute. So as long as, you know, people keep farting backwards, I think we're all gonna be okay. Just gonna put some bits in the chat and then I'm going to do the free collective love message. So the SpaceX Dragon is a family of reusable spacecraft designed by SpaceX to transport both cargo and astronauts to international space stations. That's interesting. Is that what you were talking about, Molly? Hi, welcome to the Chamming. Yeah, that's pretty cool. NASA's come a long way since I was a kid. Hey, Promo Fan 11, welcome to the Chammie. How are you tonight? Well, I can hear Ruby snoring at all. She sounds so cute. I'm going to do the free collective love message. This is for anyone and everyone who maybe is in the chat now. Might replay this video later. No, I haven't heard anything from Tiffany. I'm hoping she's okay. Praying for her though, you know. I know she said she had moved out to Nebraska with her grandparents. So yeah, Ruby woke up. I also know that Tiffany told me that her internet kind of sucked where she was living, but she was hoping to get that taken care of as soon as she could. And I have not heard from her since maybe end of August, beginning of September. In fact, the last time I heard from her was on her, she shares a birthday with Puppy Rooney. So, that was when I last heard from her, because she sent a sticker to me regarding the happy birthday thing. I had sent her about her and Puppy Rooney. Spirit, I'm calling forth our most trusted and strongest spirit guides in regards to love and life in general, and what messages you might need us to know now. Some advice maybe on love. This is, maybe for those who are out there that maybe you know what you want, maybe you don't know what you want, to ask the cards about love. So hopefully this will help somebody or resonate with somebody, whatever the message might be. I feel like we get this card a lot. Spirit, what is the energy as a collective message regarding this green man in this fairy deck? You're nervous? Well, you're nervous because you're going too far in the future. There's no future, it's only now. Why put yourself through all of that nervousness? Which really does just at the end of the day steal your joy from right now. Just, try to get out of that headspace. Spirit, can you clarify the green man, the goblin, and the black and white horse reflection, as within, so without? Is this a message about you have a star card? There is hope in your love story, but there are certain reflections that might still be catching up with you from a shadow self that you've worked on, or maybe healing that you felt you needed to do, but there's no waiting to heal, really. You can keep turning your back on the goblins, and they'll keep showing up, but you're going to keep fighting them off. But you don't have to heal before finding love, because you are love. You come from love. If if you want to come from love, if you want to be love. Be the change within that you want to see around you. Give no vacancy to the goblins and the things that don't serve you in regards to your joy and your happiness. So shadowed waters from the love clarification deck. I can see in this particular card here the shadows and the idea of what is to come, because you might be afraid of what that might be, because every time, all day long, if trauma's not happening to you, you may be absorbing it, you know, just by watching it, even if you're not looking for it. So do your best to keep turning your back on any of the goblins that don't serve you, that pop up. Just because you have an intrusive thought doesn't mean that it's going to happen and that you're going to manifest it either. But you are the creator of your love story, so what are you telling yourself, and what are you reflecting in that mist, in that moonlight, in that sunlight? What are you pulled towards? What's it going to take to have what you want? Because many of you have had it up to your tits, you've had it up to here, and you're probably asking when, you know, when, you know, where's this or that, the ask, believe, receive thing. It is just that simple. The Shadowed Waters Oracle card from the Love Clarification deck says, beware illusions that skim the surface, for true understanding lies in the depth of your heart. There's so much out there right now to cloud that part of us that is wanting to be curious and more curious about the love that we can learn from, share, give, create. But it starts with you. You know, are you going to be the star, or are you going to be the goblin? Are you going to be the negative Nancy, or are you going to be the best version of yourself? Are you going to keep going frosty on yourself? As within, so without. The direct actions and reactions that you have towards your feelings and everything you're experiencing has no choice but to reflect back. The star card is another important reflection card to reflect upon the love you want, as if you want to embody that. It's like, look at Molly. She has feelings for somebody. She cares about the person, and they care about her as well. And instead of staying in the idea that she couldn't have the love story she wanted, she went ahead and took a leap of faith and started to actually feel what it would feel like to have what she wanted with him, and she got what she wanted, and she continues to have what she wanted once and more. And even if there are things that you want that maybe you haven't seen them show up, doesn't mean that the universe isn't co-conspiring with you in the perfect way to have some of those things show up for you in your life. So, like my mentor says, don't give up before the miracle happens, because that miracle starts with you. Well, we got some of the same cards that we get a lot of the time in some of these readings that people buy or that I do for the collective messages. Have you found out anything about seeing Gemma again, Metal Ring? Anytime soon? Yeah, I'm pretty sure more than a few people need to hear that message about the high road. Would that be some clarification? Always trying to take that higher road with your thoughts and your feelings. I know it can be so difficult to unconditionally love others, but it can be a very empowering, self-care, nurturing kind of thing too, just to dip your toes in it sometimes. And I feel like, taking the higher road is always going to get you a little bit further in the end than the others. So closer to where you want to be. So splitting the deck, I get the Divine Mother again, Metal Ring. That was the card I got when I asked about the rocket. Funny to see cosmic fuckery right behind it with aliens that say you came here to turn off the lights. Yeah, no point in waiting for anything. That's what's so amazing about the universe is its ability to co-create with us instantly. Maybe we don't see it right away, but it's all around us in many different ways. Metal Ray, you're so funny. Your connection with her is anything but beautiful. You could change it though. I do hope that you both find what you're looking for. I hope all of you do. Anybody who comes to the channel. Love with no borders or boundaries. Well, I know you believe that, Metal Rain, that you can't change her, but we do change people, whether we like it or not, and we can change people for the better, and you have changed her, whether you realize it or not. change things in a way where they show up to us differently than even what we may have expected. But it's like this, okay, this is, I know they say there's only two sides to every story, but there's really three, so your side of it is, you can only change you, but you can't change her, right? But here I am, I'm like, yes, you can change her. But I can't change your mind for you about the fact that you can change it. That you can change how she shows up to you. But it's when we get dragged back into the version of them that we don't like, that we start to see that version of them that we don't like showing up. It's like those senior citizens on YouTube who are trolls. And they have nothing better to do all day than sit around and point fingers at people. You know, we can either choose to acknowledge it, or we can choose to not acknowledge it at all, in any way, shape, or form. I also feel very much so that, like, we're witnessing that kind of stuff, you know, with our own administration here in this country. You know, we've got grown-ass adults who are being trolls, and a lot of people are living in fear, and a lot of them aren't sure what to do, and a lot of them don't even know what the first step is to take towards, you know, upholding the Constitution, let alone taking their country back. And I think a lot of people might be even saying that about the situation going on right now, like, hey Dark Horse, welcome back to the channel. They might be feeling that they're powerless and that they can't change it, but you can. And you do deserve better mental rate. You're right. And you just keep reminding yourself of that, okay? And don't let anyone change your mind about that, for sure. Fiona. Where have you been hiding, Fiona? They don't know their rights. They don't know the laws. They don't know the Constitution. They don't know what to do. They just do what they're told. They don't know what they can and can't say, they can and can't do. And that majority of people, you know, where's the education on that for people who are confused about that kind of thing? Yeah, the question was if you think you'd be seeing her anytime soon. That's what I asked. But I guess you haven't heard from Ileana, so. But I think you can change the situation. I really do. I just would hate to have to see her really go through what it takes for some of those kind of people in that kind of situation to get out of that kind of situation. Hey, LZ Wasteland, welcome back to the channel. I am having an amazing evening. Hope you are too. But you can always change your mind, Metal Ring. You know, you can. I think you know, you feel very endeared. Your heart feels very endeared to the dog, as I would feel the same way. Thanks so much. I appreciate you saying that, LZ Wasteland. How's your weekend been? I hope it's been good. Did you do anything fun? Yeah, and focusing more on what brings you joy, like working on Three's Still Company, is so important. But I think you know, I do feel like you feel very endeared to Gemma. You know, and I think from the beginning we both have agreed that Gemma should be your dog. You and Gemma need each other. You know, and I think that if the shoe was on the other foot and Gemma was yours, you probably wouldn't talk to Eliana ever again. You're probably not the only person that feels that way about Gemma. I'm pretty sure she uses Gemma plenty as a tool to get many people to bend and sway to her. Well, thank you so much for your payment. I appreciate that. I'm glad overall it was a good weekend. I'm incredibly allergic to red oak trees, and they're shedding like crazy outside, so I have been having some issues with my allergy. I was sick all day with that. So I finally got some allergy medicine, which I was super excited about. Super Saiyan excited. You hardly remember January of this year, but you remember last year to this year's winter being freezing cold. I remember it snowed. We had a nice, beautiful, snowy day. And all the little critters came to eat my food. I mean, I had some lavender, which lavender is a holistic antihistamine, and it does work. But it only works for so long. I needed something that would like do me good for 4 hours. Oh, I hate that. That's the worst feeling ever, Ari. I hate that feeling. I hate it. That was me the last few days. So maybe you have a sensitivity to some of the trees outside, or maybe there's something in bloom. So whenever you're ready to do your reading, Metal Rain, let me know. I'm just going to turn the call center off. No, I haven't heard from Maria.
sure she's okay though. I will definitely check up on her soon. How's your brother holding up after the cat's been gone? What, a week now or more? Okay, take your time. So sad, okay. It's gonna be alright. Kitty Bear will find its way back. I love how this time of year you can smell fall in the air. There's something about the smell of nature that changes. It's like the air gets a little bit sweeter, but it's not that sweetness from the spring. It's like the sweetness of an over-ripened bloom. For spring over fall. To be honest, not holiday wise, though Halloween is fun. I love good Thanksgiving nature and weather. I love it all. I love it all. I want it to be fall when I wake up in the morning, and summer when I'm having lunch, and I want it to be winter in the afternoon and spring at night. Yeah, I like the cold. I like it all. Not too picky. I do prefer all the seasons over just one. it's the worst. I can relate, Ari. It's like, I think you've been here on the chat several times when I'm freezing my Greek statue off. I'm hoping to change some of that though this winter. I don't think I'll be able to afford the gas, of course, but you never know. Maybe I'll change that, turn it around. But $500 gas bill a month is just absolutely crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. But I don't think I can get the gas turned on either way because I don't think the furnace works. And I don't know that he will fix it. So it's kind of, I guess, a win-win situation. No furnace anyways. So getting the gas turned on would be completely useless. One, when someone else comes along, is Eliana gonna be kicking herself over? Two, is my niece still moving in after all in November? Will I have fun soon? Will I have fun, Rebecca? Will I have fun, Rebecca, soon? You lost contact again with her? Is that what you said? Metal ring? Molly, if you're still there and you want to ask any questions, you have 3 questions that you can turn in for the last buy one, get one free. Mosquitoes and bugs. You know, I'll be real honest. I don't remember a lot of mosquitoes growing up. I don't know if it's just the salty, I don't know if it's the salt in the air. I don't know if it's just where we lived. Bugs, yeah. But mosquitoes, I just don't remember mosquitoes growing up where I lived. Spirit, I'm calling forth Metal Rain's most trusted and strongest spirit guides in regards to his question tonight about Ileana. What does he need to know about that? I think it will be an entirely different outcome than you expect, Metal Rain. He said, when someone else comes along, the but you put if/when. So if you're still in the idea that if idea, you're getting in your own, you're getting in the way of yourself again with this. Whether it's her, Star, Rebecca, the woman on the moon. If. What if it all worked out just great? And she didn't end up having to kick herself over it because she was the one that came along and she straightened up her act. I still think it's going to be something in that situation that you never expected, and it's not going to be a negativism. At least not for you. She will be kicking herself over or being too immature to communicate and find the balance that she needs right now to overcome whatever it is that, like, she's going to look back and kick herself more in the ass because of how immature she acted. So, children getting in the way of things. Once again, that could very well, since you don't have kids, she doesn't have kids. You know, your love life very well may be affected by kids at some point, but if anything, overall, what it is mostly affected by is her inability to grow up an adult in a way where she could plant mighty oak trees, little baby seeds that can turn into mighty oak trees. She's going to kick herself in the ass for being so immature and not realizing what it was that she had been gifted in your connection. So when it comes to Rebecca, I feel like this card is letting you know there's somebody else that she has on her mind tonight. Somebody else that she has some passion for. And she certainly doesn't want to blur the lines with the connection that she's chaotically entangled in. But I think at the end of the day, with the situation that she's in, it's not that she's lost contact with you permanently. She will be on her way back. But she has to tie up some loose strings with this other situation here. She knows it doesn't serve her. She knows it causes some chaos. She is trying to find the understanding and the resolve to put this behind her, only so that she can come back and be a better version of herself. It probably is, honey. It probably is, and I say that because the chaotic clarity card is very much about finding clarity in the chaos that's been handed to you, and as the world gets a little bit more chaotic, people are going to be using that to gaslight each other, manipulate each other, find a reason to maybe get back together, even if it's not the best thing for them. But yeah, she's caught up in a whirlwind right now and needs to be putting that behind her. She is going to be putting it behind her, but she's like tying up some loose ends with it. She still has a lot of passion for this guy. She would probably like to try to salvage it as the world gets crazier. She gets more scared and more freaked out about having someone to share and witness her life with, to share their life and witness it with them as well. But she knows she's going to have to turn her back on the chaos and that Eight of Cups. And she's doing that. It's just, she's lost some contact with you because of this passion to want to not so much reconciliate, but free herself from the chains of whatever it was that she's walking away from. To find clarity in. So, you see, is your niece still moving in after all in November? Spirit says in the Ten of Pentacles it is highly likely, and this will be a much better prospect for the energy around your home. This person's seeking to have more of a balanced kind of place to gather their life and gather their thoughts so they can be more abundant in their life. I don't think the Ten of Pentacles is too much about giving too much of a difficult time regarding this. I'm going to just split the deck again and see if there's some clarifying. Yeah, it's like whoever the niece was in the past, she's put that behind her, and is looking forward to a more positive, abundant, living situation in that Ten of Pentacles. Thank you so much for your payment, Metal Rain. I appreciate that. I don't know why every time I think of or hear of Corpus Christi, I get triggered. What happened that was so terrible in Corpus Christi? Somebody maybe not remind me, maybe we shouldn't try to remind me, but something with trauma in regards to Corpus Christi. Maybe Spirit wants me to ask about Corpus Christi. Oh cool, you sent me a text. I'm sorry you can't hear me, we got a fish, dude. I'm sorry, sweetheart, I don't know what to tell you, dear. Maybe turn it up. It might get loud, it might not. Oh, that's an interesting question, Molly. I like that question. Yeah, we can get into that. Yes, I did, Metal Rain. I did answer it. It was the Ten of Pentacles. So yes, that person does plan on still coming around your way. And they do hope that everything will be positive and balanced and good for everybody all the way around. It could change. I mean, things change, but they've really been looking forward to leaving the past behind them and getting into the idea of the new version of them that they want to be, experience, and live in their life right now. Molly, just give me 1 second, babe. Come back, Molly. So, the lipstick, I'm putting the lipstick on, right, Molly? And I'm stood in front of the mirror, and I'm putting my lipstick on, right? And it's reflecting back to you. So, with the lipstick is going to be an example of the idea of, once again, what it is that you want to reflect back. So I want you guys to see me with purple lipstick or black lipstick or whatever the color. It's Max Pure Heroin. So I'm reflecting that back to you and using the lipstick as an example of, okay, what is Molly want regarding this situation? I mean, I'm going to look into the cards, but if you don't think it's going to be a good time, then it's probably not going to be a good time. If you see potential, the potential's there. If you don't see potential, it's not going to be there. Can you change it if you don't see potential? Yeah, of course you can. You can change your mind about anything. But if your mind is made up that you want to wear purple lipstick and reflect that back, nothing's going to change your mind about wearing the purple lipstick unless you can't find it. So you have to wear red instead, or coral, or pink. And while we can't really compare human beings to lipstick colors, I'm still just trying to give you a very basic idea of see, you think it'll be good, then it's going to be good. Now, let's step into a little bit more of what you need to know about how good it's going to be. Because we do have the King of Pentacles that showed up as the energy behind this particular person that you're talking about. Okay, so it's as if it's somebody who has everything they've ever wanted, but it's this one thing that even they feel selfish to ask for. They feel like they don't want to burden somebody, like they feel if somebody's juggling their true feelings and emotions, that they won't be able to have a good time with them if they, trauma dump or maybe even nerd out to the point where they are worried about not being attractive. So this person does have some insecurities. It's definitely a person who is willing. They are willing to offer you something special. They would be more comfortable with doing it in the home. But if they have to go somewhere else with you to make that happen, they're willing to travel. Okay? But they're juggling a lot with their heart, their mind, and their energy and time. In the Two of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, and the Nine of Wands. They may have also very well been used a lot in the past. This person only ever really wanted to find true love and experience it with somebody. But he's just not sure if he can have it, so he just keeps looking at the shit story. So maybe you can help him change the channel. Yeah, see, he's got his own goblins. But he's not afraid to confront them. That makes sense. I hope that helps, Molly. At least he's not afraid to confront them. He knows they're there. He knows that they could very easily keep him behind if he's not careful about. So he seems to be pretty accurately mature in the King of Pentacles. He might be a little slow moving. He might be a little bit too laid back, nice and easy for you. But you'll see that you end up liking that because I see you settling into a more basic routine with each other that's comfortable. I feel you both having something comfortable there in that Four of Wands. Oh yeah, that would be great. Yeah, meet him in public, and he's totally willing to meet you too in public if need be. But I see you guys easing into something laid back, nice and easy. And I don't think it'll be anything that's too quick, but I also don't think it's going to take half a decade like you and Haus. Sorry about that. Do you hear snoring? Yeah, it was my spirit animal. No, I don't hear any snoring. Wouldn't that be funny if we did hear some snoring one day, though, on the spirit box? Have we ever heard snoring on the spirit box? I think that might be something I would remember. Thank you so much for your payment, by the way, Metal Rain. I appreciate it. You hear tattoo? Okay, yeah, now I hear Ruby snoring now. She's snoring. But I don't know how you can hear her. But maybe you can. Do spirits sleep? Yes. That's one thing we did confirm on the spirit boxes. They did say that they slept. They did rest. They also like to dance and have dance parties. So that's been an interesting find. But, you know, who knows. You're so welcome, Metal Rain. Thank you for your payment. I appreciate it. I'm actually going to be ending the live here soon. So if anybody would like to get a paid reading, go ahead and put in your payments now. We're at 9 likes, but if we can get to 20 likes, I'll stay a little bit longer and put the spirit box on. can get 30 plus likes, we'll do Essie's method. I'm starting to feel like I probably need to go night-night. It's Monday, busy day tomorrow. Believe it or not, Monday can be pretty busy with work. Actually, sometimes feels like the busiest day of the week. Yeah, please start liking the live. I'll probably get right back to Spirit Box TV tomorrow night, but I will always turn on the Spirit Box and REM Pod as long as we get the 20 likes, no matter if it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I do want to start doing Essie's methods again, but I need to know who's capable of doing them, who might want to do them. I know Molly and I haven't been doing them because they can be incredibly exhausting. And I know she's been trying to recover, and I don't think that's necessarily something that Molly needs to be doing while recovering. Yeah. So you're talking about the one you sent me earlier, correct? With the triangle head dude. At least that looked like triangle head mask or something. You know, triangle head from Silent Hill. Oh, that game is really scary. And that movie's really scary too. I mean, I know Silent Hill's like just a story, but Luchasaurus. Yeah, I watched that. That was pretty interesting. I would not have known that that was Luke Perry's kid had you not told me. I was like, there's something strangely familiar about him, but I think I know who this person is, but I don't know who this person is because I've forgotten who they were. So, thanks for reminding me. You're right, he does look like his dad when I think about it, yeah. Definitely does, for sure. Got really sick and almost died. That's terrible. That guy looks like a monster. Like, I don't mean like I don't mean like a dangerous person. I mean like athletic wise. His athleticism is like, wow. Like Brock Lesnar is pretty big. But that guy, like when he stood up and stretched his arms out and turned into the Incredible Hulk, it was like, oh, okay. All right, hummingbird, we see your pecs. I mean, he's a big dude. He looks like he could be very dangerous. It's so funny to like see the bigger guys also wrestle the smaller guys within regards to some of the matches that they match people up. I know in boxing, like they would prefer people to be the same weight and height, but I think it's interesting how in wrestling it could be random. Where you going, cutie pot pie? Huh? Did the Luchasaurus, did he have COVID or something like that? Oh, okay, right on. That's good to know. I'm gonna have a little bit of back history after watching that video. Time. I'm just pulling some cards from my last collected message this evening before I log out for the evening. In a world where time is of the essence and many are playing God, you don't have to be a puppet to time. You don't have to be anybody's puppet to playing perfect either. The next right thing is just that it's strangely perfect timing. Time. So many clocks here. I feel like Spirit's saying pay attention to the time. Number 35, time east, direction yellow, the color. What is it about time that gives it such power? The power to change all that exists, lack into dust. What is this unseen force akin to wind? A force that can shape the land as well as our lives? Learn to play with time, a surreal element like fish swimming in treetops. A person of power knows how to arrange time. Put on your watch and be aware of the time at which you do everything. Watch the sun, the moon, the transit of the stars. Find out the time that Venus is lowest in the sky before dawn. Be aware of your physical cycles. When you get hungry, when you sleep, when you rest. Our society is obsessed with time, so now become time. If you're obsessed with something, it is better to explore it than to deny it. Then it is possible to give up your obsession and let it take its proper place in your life. Your power depends on your balanced use and understanding of time. So, give meaning to that time. Nothing has a meaning until you give it a meaning. So you might be seeing a lot of this playing God puppet kind of weird energy happening around us. Things that might not be directly happening to you, but they're affecting you. But it's just the best next thing to find the time to purge that as well. It's just strangely perfect timing for that. Keep me updated about your stories. Let me know what's going on with you. I will be back this week for more tarot readings. I look forward to hanging out with you guys in the not too distant future. He was hospitalized in late September 2024 with double pneumonia. Oh my gosh, after collapsing at home with dangerously low blood oxygen levels. Doctors discovered his lungs were in severe something severe. See, I also feel this spirit message about life, love, career. Just spirit messages about advice. It's also telling you go with the flow. Been a huge theme this week is the whole going with the flow energy about you in your inner world. Wow, calcification of the heart valve, an issue with the body's iron production. It was considered high risk for relapse. Oh shit. That sounds really scary. That just sounds really scary. Well, at least it's good to see him back doing what he loves to do. Obviously, he loves to perform at that athletic level in his life, and he prefers to keep doing the wrestling. I wouldn't blame him. I mean, you love something, you keep doing it no matter what. Well, thanks for giving me a backstory on that, Metal Rain. I appreciate that. Thanks for coming by and chatting with me tonight. Meryl, thanks so much for coming by and hanging out with us tonight. Molly, thanks so much for coming by and hanging out. I appreciate it. Ari, it was good to see you, babe. And thanks all the way around for anybody who came by. Elsie Wasteland, thanks so much for coming by to hang out a little bit. It was good to see you. I know there were other people that came in, but I can't go that far back to see the chat. Yeah, he looks pretty tall. So I'll be back tomorrow night, Monday night. I'm not sure what time I'll start, but I will put a reminder on the posts. I didn't put a reminder on the posts on the wall earlier tonight because I just simply forgot. So I'll be back tomorrow. Sweet dreams when you get there. Kalanita. Music.